All right, we're recording.
Offset, no.
Let's ride!
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, going again in
Uh,
three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome yourself to the 91st episode of the Blind Counter Podcast. I am your host with the most, the Offset, aka Big Bobby. Today, I'm joined here with my two co-hosts themselves. We up here at the top right, we got Mr. AMANE, and at the bottom here, we've got Jack, aka IV, Jack-IV. How we doing today, gentlemen? How we feeling?
Yo, restart, retry. We're back. We're good. We're good.
Oh, it's so nice we did it twice, man.
Yeah,
Spin it back, baby.
third time's a charm. Having some technical difficulties. The PC's acting up, but we're gonna try to make it through this episode here as fast as possible, so we won't have any more technical difficulties. But before we jump into things here, we took a week off, and we're gonna jump into some Major Two qualifier, Week Two qualifiers, and talk about some absolute community updates as well. But before we do that, we've got Mr. AMANE. What you been up to for the past 2 weeks, Mr. AMANE? Anything new?
Yeah, I was telling y'all before the stream, no rank for me. Just been playing pubs and XP, whatever's. But new music on the way from the vlog. If you could find the song, it was a little Easter egg, but nothing much after that, dog.
Okay. Where can they find that at? When's that dropping?
Ooh, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, all the above, Apple Music, your favorite streaming platforms. 313
Ooh,
Mirror's Edge. Ooh.
okay. AKIIRA
Mm-hmm.
Mane with two eyes. We absolutely love that, so go check it out. And we got Jack at the bottom, man. What you got? What you got playing, man? Anything crazy? What you been up to?
Yeah, man. As I said before, I'm gonna be going to Florida in a little bit, get some golfing, man. Been hopping on the toy, trying to get on hard stuck, man. This shit's brutal. These SR games have been brutal. But yeah, man, I'm just hanging. Been really enjoying the CDL. Actually, having some games every weekend. So it's been a welcoming. It's been great for the Call of Duty scene, especially challengers.
Absolutely. Well, we'll just jump right into some matches here. Speaking of which, first up we got CDL to go through here. So the first matchup we had was the FaZe Vegas versus the Vancouver Surge here. This was a hot 3-0 victory for FaZe Vegas. They played a map 1 Hardpoint Colossus, a map 2 Search and Destroy Den, and that map 3 Overload Den as well. Mr. Monty, what are your thoughts on this series here?
Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot to mention. What do y'all think about Gwen on this team this year? I feel like he's been skating the past two. I know we were discussing Abe and how he's pretty much bottom of the league at the moment, but I've been looking at Gwen a lot too on this team. Like I'm not sure if he's even like in it to win it. You feel me? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, Gwen's definitely underperforming compared to his Modern Warfare 3 debut when he was the what was
He
it,
was
the
front
Rookie of the
end.
Year.
Yeah.
And definitely, Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 6 had a underwhelming performance. Definitely was still doing his thing, but you can only do so much on a bottom roster team there. And then obviously this year, probably going through the same deal here. But I mean, as far as like Abe goes, I mean, he's definitely underperforming as well from last year to this year. I mean, you hate to see he's dropping a .75 with a negative 17 spread on this series. Gwen a .84, Lunar's a 1.07, TJ a .88, and everyone on the side of FaZe is going positive. We got 04 with a 1.09, Abuza a 1.16, Draza a 1.22, and Simp a 1.09. But yeah, Jack, what are your thoughts on this series?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it again a little bit earlier. This is kind of where we cut out, but man, I think that this Vancouver Surge team is they're getting better. Abe again is just letting them down. We'll talk about Abe against Boston, man. That map 1 hard point, man, he was great. That seems like him hitting his potential.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, right now, if you're looking to make a team change, which if you can get somebody better, I would. You got to drop Abe, man. The experiment has just been an utter failure. I think TJ is holding his own. Is he flashing? No, but he looks like a competent CDL pro. Lunars, that's my dog. It's my fantasy dog. I think he's been the sole bright spot on this team. He's frying. He's been way better. And then yeah, Gwen and Abe have been just awful. I would change at least Abe. I mean, if you could do a 2-man switch, go ahead. But I don't know how many players are lining up to go to Surge in their current iteration. So yeah, man, I don't know. This series was closer than it ends up looking in terms of the 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, I
But
agree. But yeah, we gotta do something with Abe. He's gotta wake up or make that roster change there. But that's gonna be the first series here into the Major 2 qualifier week 2. Then getting into the second series here. Okay, here we go. Let's make sure we're looking good here. All right, we had the Cloud9 New York versus the Riyadh Falcons, and this was a 3-1 victory going to the side of Falcons here. They play a hardpoint map 1 on Colossus going to the side of the Falcons, and Cloud9 answers back on that map 2, Search and Destroy Scar. And then Riyadh Falcons bouncing back, making it a 2-0 on the Overload Scar map 3, and then ending things out on the Hardpoint Den 250 to 283 with a 3-1 victory for Riyadh Falcons. Mr. Money, what are your thoughts on this series here?
Yo, you could just tell that the map too, they're like, oh shit, we got a little something. Holy fuck. This is okay, this is pro level shit. I mean, I feel like obviously by the KDs Falcons were farming. I'm surprised, but kind of not surprised. For the Scar S&D, I feel like Cloud9, I mean, all these kids they either start out in ranked or S&D regardless, so I feel like that could go any which way, but this lets Falcons know they got some work to do for sure on that. But yeah, I'm surprised they dropped the map, personally.
Yeah, well, with the new Cloud9 New York team here of that Absolute Challengers team of Encourage, Hyde, Nizra, and Okus, not looking so good on the KD ratios here for the series. We got Encourage with a .88 Hyde, a .87 Mirage, however you want to say it, a .7, and Okus at a .6. So, and then
The
just looking,
Nedra?
I don't even know, dude.
Nedra?
And then yeah, just looking at Falcons, man, they've been absolutely banana slamming. So we got Celium at 1.44, Xnet at 1.38, Kiz at 1.26, and Pred at 1.21. Definitely some absolute slammage here. But Jack, what are your thoughts on this series?
yeah, this one, I mean, it's really hard because of all the news coming out from Cloud9 the past 4 weeks. With all due respect to these players, I would say maybe Encourage the only one that really deserves a CDL look at this point in their careers. But considering that no player really wanted to play for minimum wage, um, that was the best that they could get to represent the CDL,
Mm.
which is just a brutal situation. You kind of got to look to the ownership there and really say, like, can we please field a competitive team, or at least competitive wages, or at least make ourselves look like an organization that wants to be here. Because I think you definitely could have fielded a better roster. I mean, look at the damage, man. Not a single player on Cloud9 over 10K. Every player on on the Falcons over 10K. That map 1 was interesting. If I remember correctly, I mean, the slaying was just unbelievably in Riyadh's favor. And then all of a sudden, they started creeping back into it. Cloud9 ended up creeping back into it. I believe it was a streak usage that ended up kind of fucking themselves over, if I remember that series correctly. At the end, I think they got out rotated. I could be misremembering that. And then, yeah, going into map 2, the Falcons were up 3-zip, if I remember correctly, in round count, and then just got straight 6-0'd. I actually thought that they really, like, they were playing really high level S&D. I did think that Falcons were trolling a little bit. They were like that 1v3 that they gave, I believe it was Okus. Like they were trolling that. Let's be honest. Like they were challenging some shit that they would never challenge if it was an Optic Texas, or it was Nezra. Um, but other than that specific round, they looked really competent and honestly really good at search. And then the next 2 maps, it's not even worth discussing.
Yeah.
They're just not competitive in respawn, really. They just don't A, have the slang, B, have the knowledge. And just like little mistakes just make, I talk about it all the time in ranked because I get mad whenever we don't rotate. These guys were not rotating at all. And you're getting like basically 45 seconds you're just gifting to the other team because they're just so competent at how to play the game. It's like those like little mistakes where it's like you miss one rotation and it just dominoes so quick. But yeah, man, that's a long-winded way of saying, man, this team does not deserve to be in the league.
Yeah, I feel like
I,
Search should probably be the easiest one to kind of learn. Obviously, kind of more teamwork there and kind of bouncing off of some information back and forth there. But as far as the speed and the pace there for Respawn, definitely looking like it's not there yet. So,
Yeah, I mean another thing is that like pros don't really scrim S&D. So like in terms of like reps, like the Riyadh Falcons, how many hard point reps do you think they have against other CDL teams? I mean, hundreds at this point. I would imagine they play what, like 5 maps a day since like
yeah.
basically November, whereas like Cloud9 probably has like 20 reps on each map, if even.
fair enough.
And then S&D, I mean, I'm sure, like, I mean, in the Challenger scene, you're playing all these cups, you're getting tons of search reps, you're seeing a lot of different situations thrown at you. So I think that it does give them a slight like leg up in a sense. They're not as far behind the bell, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if they can get one respawn, they could probably be competitive as far as like a Dirty Neslo. But yeah, man, it's not looking good for Cloud9. All right, let's move on to the last series here of Friday night, which was the Toronto Koi versus the Los Angeles Thieves, and this was a 3-1 victory going to... What happened?
Is it just a new window?
Might just be a new window.
Yo,
Yeah, it's just a new
Okay,
window.
all right. I was going to start tweaking, dude.
I thought we like lost you the second the screen came up.
Dude, I was tweaking, dude. Anyhow, so we've got a map 1 hardpoint Scar going to the side of LA. Then we also have that Search and Destroy map 2 Colossus going to a round 11 going to the side of LA, as well as that Overload Den going to the side of Toronto Koi, and then ending things out on that Colossus hardpoint map 4 250 to 159. Mr. AMANE, what's your thoughts on this series?
yeah, Huntsman v Huntsman. This was cool to watch. Yeah, Kip's not so much in this series. He did okay. I mean, for getting in there, but there's another one where he was really showing out. But yeah, Neum just was this say .71? Is that what I'm
I
seeing?
think
Or
7-7.
.77?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he just doing what he had to do, I guess. But I would have thought he would have at least went green on this one. But it was a good series to watch. I mean, some of these were close, and then yeah, I just people talking about that insight. What y'all think about all insight?
Uh, I'm indifferent. Obviously he hasn't been doing the greatest here recently, but he's definitely someone that's been on this team for quite some time with Kleenex. So I know they want to keep him and have that.
Like family at this point.
Yeah, so I don't know, man, but he's definitely got to step it up if they want to be competitive, especially up against a hot team like LA Thieves. I know with their new pickup of Neum, after dropping Kenny, they've been showing a lot of life there, and definitely shows here in this series. But yeah, I mean, we got Kleenex dropping a 1.0, Inside a .92, Joe Deceives a 1.05, and Kips a .90. And then looking at Thieves here, we've got Hydra a 1.07, Neum a .77. Scrap a 1.09, and Abizi with a 1.22. Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty excited for the series. I kind of funny backstory. We're in like a little bit of a fantasy league, Bob and I drafted Kips in my like last round, like throwaway stash pick, and he was listed as a flex. And in our league, you can't start a flex, for some reason. But I basically texted in the group chat. I'm like, hey man, how do I start my player? And everybody's like, yo, why are you tweaking over a kid that's not in the league, bro? Fast forward 12 hours, guess who's in the motherfucking league?
Yeah.
So, never wrong, just early. But now, getting back to the, I guess I'll go to the first question of insight. Um, I, I might, be on the minority and saying maybe keep insight if you can. Just for the moment, just see how Kips helps because when we look at that team through Major One and through their two, qualifier matches this stage, dude, Real was giving you nothing, and that's no disrespect to him. He had a hell of a year last year. He just was giving you nothing, and at least in this series, man, like that opening Scar hardpoint where Kip starts out like 11-3 or something. I mean, he was going nuclear, and obviously he ended up stabilizing out, and they ended up losing that map. I think he ended up going negative, which is crazy, but this was actually a pretty close series considering how bad Koi was getting beat down last week. I was pretty proud of them, just for having a good series. Like other than that Colossus hardpoint, like it was a really close series from them in the search and destroy in the hardpoint. Neum, I I've seen Scrap, Abizi, and Hydra all in separate occasions say like this has been a great team change because we were playing too fast. Like Kenny was running it down, and basically like I think Kenny, unfortunately, at this point in his career, like he's just not winning. He just doesn't have the same gun skill that he used to have, in my opinion. He just wasn't winning the gunfights. And if you're playing that quick and you're just dying repeatedly, like that really like lets a team down. Whereas if you have somebody that's kind of stabilizing the team and like letting your stars just kind of like roam around, I think that's really helpful. So I do think Neum brings that aspect to the table, but I don't think he's really bringing. I don't think this team is like pack a punched. Like they're 4-0, but if you look at their schedule, they haven't played against like this is the best team that they've played against, and they brought this is Kip's first match. This team was
Yeah.
on like a life support. So I don't know about the Thieves honestly. Like we'll see this weekend whenever they play against Optic if they've truly like improved. Because Kenny was fucking shooting at Optic. Let's not forget. But
Uh,
but no, man. I think if you can get Nasty off of Boston, like if Boston's truly going through like a total rebuild and they're willing to just sell Nasty just to make some change, I would totally do that in a heartbeat for Insight. But like, who are you gonna get right now that's like better than Insight?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a
I think I think people are saying like it's not working, like he's the problem. But like now that Rael's gone and like you actually will start getting some slang and he doesn't need to be this like guy that's filling in all these kills, like I think he's a good like he's basically like the Neum of Toronto. Like just stabilize, let these guys who are super skilled just run it down.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So we'll see what more develops here as they get more cohesion and more reps underneath their belt. So yeah, it's definitely a very close series here, especially the first two maps there obviously didn't go their way. But yeah, so definitely something to keep an eye on. Well, all right. Well, getting into the Saturday night matches here, we had the Toronto Koi going up against the G2 Minnesota, and they bounced back here in a hot 3-0 victory. They played a hardpoint map 1 on Den, the Search and Destroy on Raid, and then an Overload on Den as well. Mr. Monty, what are your thoughts on this series here?
Yeah, this was the one I think I was mentioning where Kip's kind of showed what he can do alongside everybody. I mean, Joe doing his thing, of course, and then Insight popping back up in this one. I mean, G2's is phase is Boogeyman, and for Koi to do this to G2, I feel like it's pretty telling for what's to come. Hopefully, like they still improve and this and that, keeping everybody they currently have. But yeah, I was actually surprised. I thought this would go game 5 just with how G2's been playing. Some kind of weird shit was going on in the search, if I'm not mistaken. Like Skies was doing some weird shit. Like we might need to play a couple clips, but it
Yeah,
was a
that was
fun
an
series to
insane
watch.
search. That
Yeah,
search was insane, man. They were up what 4-0.
No moment. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they were up 4-0. Then they choke it. It was like 5-2, and then it was 5-5, and that map was insane. G2 looked like they literally had no idea what was going on in the map. I mean, some of the shit that Koi was doing was just mind-boggling. And then they bring it all the way back to map 5. I mean, that Caesar Skies 1v1 clutch through the wall. The zig was insane.
Yes.
That shit was insane. But yeah, man, nah, Koi came out shooting. Kips looked fucking amazing. Drops the most damage on the team, highest damage in the lobby. Joe just felt like
Ew.
himself, which was great. I mean, Insight and Kleenex didn't even really have to do much. To be honest, like the subs are just getting so active. I feel like Estriel and Kremp are really underrated, but in this series specifically, they kind of got bitched. And I think that's the strength of G2. I don't think Mamba and Skies are like these like world beaters. I just think if you can let Estriel and Kremp kind of do whatever they want on the map, like those are two like really like steady ARs. Like Caesar's a vet. You know what I mean? Like he'll make the right plays. But if you need him to start slaying because your subs aren't, then like I think that's where this team loses and they got ran.
I agree. Yeah, definitely a sore sight to see here for G2, especially on their hot streak here recently. Estriel dropping a .93, Kremp a .79, Mamba a 6.7, and Skies a .89, and everyone on the side of Toronto is going positive here. We got Kleenex 1.0, Inside 1.33, Joe Deceives at 1.31, and Kips at 1.26. but definitely a great bounce back from the LA Thieves match last night on that series. All right, well, getting into the next series up on the chopping block here, we've got LA versus Boston Breach, and this was a hot 3-0 victory for LA Thieves here. They played a Blackheart, map 1 hardpoint, a Den search and destroy, map 2, and then another Den overload, map 3. This was an absolute banana slammage, as you would like to say here, Mr. AMANE. What are your thoughts on this series?
Eating. That's all they were doing, bro. No, they need to. I mean, we'll talk about it shortly, but yeah, Boston had to do something, dog. Like, this is crazy. I mean, you are going up against Hydra, Scrap, Abeezy, and then Honeymoon with Neum doing his thing. But yeah, Scrap 1.55 just going nuts. I was watching like Snoop and Purge, like they looked lost playing this matchup, dude.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the stat line here, Cammy's dropping a .58, negative 26 spread, only 36 kills in 3 maps.
Damn.
We also have Snoopy dropping 36 kills in 3 maps with a .59, negative 25. Purge a .90, and Nasty a .92. And yeah, man, everyone on the side of LA Thieves is super positive. We got Hydra a 1.42, Neum a 1.22, Scrap a 1.55, and Abeezy a 1.11. It wasn't even competitive in these last 2 and 3 maps here. We got a 6-0 on Search and a 7-0 on Den Overload. Jack, what are your thoughts?
This shit ain't even worth talking about. That's my fucking thoughts. Dude, Snoopy, like, I mean, we just talked about how Abe's the worst player, bro. Snoopy's the second worst player in the league. Like, I mean, last year he was great. I mean, I thought he was, like, the best player on Breach. Like, he was the guy. He was popping threes. He was, like, the X factor for if this Breach team was going to win, and he may still be that X factor, and that may be the reason why they're getting fucking ran every map. Because, like, this series, bro, they checked out literally, like, at the end of that Blackheart. Like, there wasn't even a pulse of life. And I just think, like, obviously we'll get into it later with the roster change that they make. Like, we don't know who it's for. But I really hope that Snoopy's out, man, because I'm sick and tired of watching him run around these maps, like, having no idea what's going on. He looks like he's literally playing pubs. It looks like he's a gold in a fucking crim lobby. Like, he looks like he has no idea what's going on. And
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, like, bro, this series was like, this got to get you, like, fined. You got to lose, like, your first round pick. Like, this shit was tanking, bro. This shit was fucking tanking.
He's selling their SR. Yeah, definitely a hot, fast 3-0 for LA Thieves. Looking good there for Neum as well. Well, all right, we'll get
somebody save Nasty, bro. Somebody save Nasty.
Deadass.
I feel so bad for that fucking guy, bro. He literally wins EWC, bro, 2 years ago. Goes into the offseason, joins Vancouver, goes to 4 grand finals, and then leaves and goes to just a fucking shit show. While every one of his teammates, dude, Neptune, 04, Abuza, they're all just like competing, and he's just there just struggling. It's just
getting
brutal.
shit on.
Well, getting into it's not even him. Like, he's putting up a .92 while his teammates are just getting fucking danced on. Like, bro, what? Like, dude.
Well, getting into this third series here on Saturday night. Now you chilling. We got Paris Gentlemates versus the Carolina Royal Ravens, and this was a 3-1 victory going to the side of Paris here. The map 1 hardpoint exposure goes to the side of Paris, as well as the map 2 Colossus search and destroy. Carolina answer back there on the overload Den in a 3-1 fashion, and then rounding things out on that hardpoint Colossus map 4, 250 to 242. Mr. Money, what are your thoughts on this series here?
Yo, just one of the maps I wanted to kind of discuss. Can we click that map 4 real quick?
That Colossus ending, yeah, bro.
Let's go into a live listen in here to the ending of map 4.
This, for some reason, reminds me of, like, the United Jetpack hardpoint. Like, they just hit it and hit it and hit it and hit it and kept it scrappy, and they'd walk away with some wins. Paris, play with pace, play with passion. We're not done yet, though. 6 seconds away from closing it out 3-0. The slang is probably equalized a bit, but I don't know if it has.
No,
negative
it is
18.
Not.
4 dead.
It is not at all. We're going back to a P1. Ravens are set up here, so they get all the kills. They use one more streak, get them off that P4 time. Here we go. Can Ravens lock this down?
If Paris win this, they're gonna, like, literally win 2 hardpoints, and Sib's gonna be like negative 40 combined or something. But here we go. Ravens look to close it out. Every kill, a massive one. Nobody in the point for now. We're dipping, dancing, and diving around it. It's a contest inside. Is Crazy able to walk
They gotta
away
get
with
in.
one? Someone's got to touch the damn thing. Neptune's going to get a kill with the nade. Neptune's going to get a second,
Huge
and that
kill.
is map. And that might
Yeah.
be... This, for some reason, reminds me of, like,
Outplayed by 32 for the
Jeez.
loss.
He's looking at the map 4 stats. I mean, we've got Ghosty, the one positive there, but everyone on the side of Carolina is super positive on that map 4. I don't know how they choked that last rotation to P1. That is
Nero was
absolutely.
thinking about the lady.
Ooh wee. He was thinking about what?
Nothing, man.
He's going 48 and 28 plus 20 in the spread there. But I mean, just looking at the stat line here, we got Envoy dropping a 1.02 for the series, Ghosty a 1.0, Neptune a 1.02, and Sib a 0.65, negative 37 spread overall. Not looking so hot there, but definitely gets the job done there in a 3-1 fashion. And Craze with a 0.97, Exceed a 1.13, Lurks a 1.17, and Nero a 1.12. Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't really think there was much to talk about in this series other than that map 4. Like, I think there's been a lot of talk about this like specific map in this series. Like, couple quick thoughts. Colossus hardpoint fucking blows. Get it the fuck out. I'm sick and tired of this map. I hate it. Like, give me Sake, give me Fringe. Like, give me something, bro. We need new maps. That's my overall macro thought.
Yeah, I mean that
Getting into the
P4
micro-
spawn where
Yeah,
like it just
yeah.
trolls
Oh,
all the
yeah.
time. Yeah, dude, that's just not. You can't even read that, dude. You got 2 people back
Yeah.
there, and they can still spawn on that elbow cut right there. That is just absolutely insane. But sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. I mean, next thoughts. I don't know how Sib had such a high KD after dropping like a 0.5 in that hard point. And I think like another thought is talking about. I saw Sib. I was watching Formal stream and him, Sib, and Dash. You were in a chord like last night, just talking about how crazy it is that like the CDL caters to teams that aren't together. So like Exceed, I believe, was the host like in like Cali, or I don't even remember where the fuck he is. But like all the Texas players, which like most of them are Texas, were all on like 50 ping. I just don't really understand how we're at that point like right now, and like one team is like spread all across the USA. One team's like entirely in the middle of the country, and we're not just like putting the server in the middle of the country. Like maybe it's some unfair competitive advantage, but that's kind of on the org for not putting the players together. Like, I'm sorry. Like, why are we catering to teams that don't have their shit figured out? Like, figure your shit out or fucking sell your spot. I'm kind of dancing around the series because there really wasn't anything in this series other than the fact that Carolina was just kill whoring and forgetting that the objective exists. Yeah, I don't know. The
Lurks
better team won.
108. Like, damn.
I mean, I do think it is interesting. Like, just I mean, this is probably one of the biggest. I know Optic went 0-18 or whatever, so like, I don't want to gloss over that. But like, dude, this team was like world beaters. Had like the hardest schedule. Went 5-0. Go to the major. I think get double 3-0'd, and now they're 1-3. Like, just very interesting how this team is just like just totally shit themselves.
Yeah, I got you on that one. Any closing thoughts, Mr. Amane? You want me to go to the next one?
Oh, yeah, no. Shit themselves, heard. We can go next.
GG, go next. That's a
Based
3-1
on-
victory. All right. Well, getting into the last series here on Saturday, we've got Optic Texas versus the Miami Heretics. And this was
Yeah.
a
We gotta look
3-1.
at some clips, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got map 1 hardpoint Den. Miami coming out hot in a 250 to 200 series there, and then answering back there on a round 11 map 2, search and destroy on Den. Optic take that one home, and then searching on over to the overload map 3 on exposure, and as well as rounding things out there on that map 4 hardpoint Scar 250 to 209. Mr. Amane, what are your thoughts?
This was a good series to watch. I mean, historically, Miami, Florida in general, always had Optics numbers, so this was good to see. Just kind of getting things going, settled in for the season. But yo, that search was balling. That shit was awesome to watch. We'll definitely have to hit some clips on that. Exposure overload. I mean, it's it's whatever to watch. But yeah, Merc and Shotzzy were doing their fucking thing. In my opinion, this shit was lit.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the stat line across the board here, we got Dashing at 0.87, Hook a 1.0, Mercules a 1.05, and Shotzzy a 1.11. And then everyone on the side of Miami is negative, except for Rencor, the only one positive with a 1.15. Metals a 0.99, Super a 0.90, and Trakes a 0.95. But yeah, man, this could have looked a little bit different if maybe possibly Miami clutch up there in that map 2 going up 2-0. They could probably have some good momentum going into that map 3 or even map 4. But in a 3-1 victory here, Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I mean, Miami came out shooting that map 1 den. They were playing like flawless Call of Duty. Like their rotations were fucking crispy.
Yeah.
They were hitting that shit. So hats off to them for that map 1. Map 2 was probably the best. I mean, other than obviously like the Neptune, 1v3, 1v2 comeback, that this was probably like the most competitive, like well played Den search and destroy or not Den, just search and destroy map of the year. So definitely want to pull up some clips of that, man. We got Shotzi's Ace, Shotzi's 1v3. That round 11 was crazy. So would love to look at some of those clips, man.
Okay.
Just a great fucking map.
We'll get into this right here. Let's go to the Shotzzy 4-piece there. Let's go into
He
live.
could go huge here. Initial damage is great. The tick of the flak jacket there. Shotzzy! Oh, he gets all 3! The last man in mid, and it's an ace. He could go huge here.
Absolute
Pretty
ace.
crazy.
That was fire.
That was gross.
Let's go into a Shotzzy 1v3. I'm pretty sure, was this not okay, yeah, let's go
Be
into
there
it.
alongside Rinkle for the trade, and it's going to be the man on the back line. And there's Shotzzy. Oh, and he's found it.
Little Warzone
The
strat.
Shinobi at work on Den. The defuse now from Super. He's in. He's pushed him off. And what an unbelievable. Be there alongside.
Got Mert clapping and shit.
Absolutely. And then let's go into that round 11 clutch here for Optic.
We've seen one attack here from the B-bomb site, and the Heretics has been successful. No trophies, no problem. The smoke once again from Trakes. He has a Semtex to play with as well. That will clean out Tin. Through the smoke, nothing but damage. Hook, the trades are good. Mercules on the close corner. 20 seconds to go. Dashy on the heady. Shotzzy guns him through mid, and Optic tie up the series 1-1.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Tip it.
going back to the series though, I mean, it was they always play really close. It was a good series. I think Shotzzy this whole weekend, if I remember correctly, he was just different in search and destroy. Like he was playing some really good search. You got 14 and 5 on this map. I know Merc went nuts obviously in the second series, but yeah, man, no, this Optic team's rolling for the most part. I've been watching their scrims whenever I got free time. I mean, they're 100-point club in these teams that they're playing regularly. So I've only seen them play like 4 or 5 different teams, so obviously it's not a total sample size, but yeah, man, no, this team looks really good, and they shouldn't really have to worry about qualifying, obviously. So we'll see what they can do on LAN.
Absolutely. Well, all right, we'll move it into the next series here. I believe this is going to be the Sunday night matches, absolutely. And this is the Carolina Royal Ravens versus the Riyadh Falcons, and this was a 3-0 victory going to the side of Riyadh Falcons here. They played a hard point on Blackheart map 1, and then the map 2, Search and Destroy Scar, and then the Overload Exposure, all going to the side of Riyadh Falcons here. Mr. Monty, what are your thoughts on this series?
That padding weekend for the Falcons. Holy shit. This is crazy. I mean, there's not really much else to say. Yeah, I mean, the last one, okay, they could have won a map 4, but like, come on, it would have been a repeat for the Blackheart, in my opinion. But yeah, selling 1.4 plus again. I mean, I heard Pred at either this game or the one before. Like, this dude was screaming, like he was like in the mix. Usually, it was like he was back on MW3 Optic type shit.
Okay, yeah, I mean, just looking at the stat line here, we got Selim at 1.49, Ixnit at 1.19, Kiz at 1.3, and Pred at 1.0 there, and everyone on the side of Carolina Onliners there. We got Craze at 0.93, Exceed at 0.71, Lurks a 0.91, and Nero a 0.71. Definitely not a good series out of these boys here. Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Riyadh came out 0-2 week one, and they rebounded pretty well. I'm still not convinced that this team is like a top six team. I just I would put a lot of teams over Riyadh, so I do think they're just like a super high floor team. Like they're gonna beat the teams that they should, and they're gonna lose to the teams that they should. They're right there, smack dab in the middle. I don't think this team will ever compete for a tournament win. I think Celium is great at farming some shitters. Um, and yeah, man. I mean, I brought it up in the last Carolina series, man. I feel like you can never trust this team again. This is like an insane downfall, and I would be super interested to see some of these roster moves. If there were teams to make a roster move, Carolina a week ago, I'd have been like, nah, man, like they're at least gonna get their wins online. But like, I see the guys on like the flank talking about this a lot. This is the stage to qualify for champs. Like you have like 11 online matches. Like if you shit the bed here and you just totally bottom out, like and you don't go to the tournament because the bottom two teams just don't even show up to the tournament, like that's pretty much champs is done. Like your champs qualifying opportunity is pretty much done.
Yeah.
So for Carolina to get top 12 first major and then just be shit in the bed right now, like if we're going back to Vancouver and how I said that they were, better than I thought, dude, I would get lurks. I would try to get lurks to Vancouver. And I'm thinking about this through Vancouver's eyes, not Carolina's, but like I would try to pick up some of these pieces because they definitely got quality players, but it's just not meshing right now at all. They're either kill horn or they're getting ran. And in either way, they're losing. So
Yeah.
No, I agree. I feel like there's a lot of talent spread throughout these bottom teams here. If they can just kind of pick one from each team, and they could definitely make a competitive team for sure. One of these bottom teams to move them up in the ranks there. But yeah, it's not looking so good for Carolina. Okay, well, getting into the second series here of Sunday night, we had the I'm sorry, there's four here. So we've got Vancouver Surge versus the Boston Breach here, and this was a 3-1 victory going to the side of Vancouver here. Vancouver coming out hot on the Hardpoint map 1, Blackheart, and then Boston Breach answering back on the Colossus Search and Destroy, and then Vancouver taking over on the Overload Den, as well as the map 4 Hardpoint Colossus 250 to 222. Mr. Monty, what are your thoughts on this series here?
Yeah, this was Battle of the Shitters. But I
like
mean,
how Snoopy can't shoot back again. Although he does have a hella damage, but like dude, he's just getting right.
can't finish a fucking kill. It's looking like me out
Yeah.
there right now. Like I feel like they had to win this shit to like not change anything, but so this definitely led to something in my opinion. But that first map one, I was surprised because I mean they're 100-point club and being Surge, and Jack mentioned they are getting better, but I thought it would have been a little more even than this right here. I mean it does go kind of close in the Search, kind of close in the Overload, and then they're trying to pick back momentum in the hard point, but Surge closed them out. This was interesting watch. I don't know if I would say good, but interesting.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a great series for Vancouver. Definitely wanted to get that momentum going, that mental going, and so they can actually get a win here, and they actually do that against Boston Breach here. Abe with a 1.0, Gwen a 1.28, Lunars a 1.23, and TJ a 1.18 as well. Going on the Boston Breach here, we got Cammy dropping a 0.7, Nasty the only one positive with a 1.18, Purge a 0.83, and Snoopy a 0.76. Definitely not looking good for Snoopy there. But Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I mean, not much to say other than Lunars is my dog. Again, I mean, if Vancouver can start to win some of these games against these bottom tier teams, in these like 8 to 12 range, like if they start picking up some wins and they can like sneak into the tournament, that would be great for them. I still think a team change is needed. I still think like Abe dropping a 1.0 is great, but like look at his map 1. I mean, his map 1, he had what, like a 2 KD? Yeah. So like, I mean, that map in the grand scheme of things is like an anomaly. I wish it wasn't. So man, if they could pack a punch Abe for somebody, like a Lurks, man, that would be fire just to get some more consistency out of him. This Boston team, they're done. I mean, again, we're gonna talk about it. I don't want to reiterate it, but like they need to make another change. They need to fix something. This team is on fumes, and somebody help Nasty, man. Somebody help Nasty, bro. He just doesn't deserve this.
No, he doesn't. And I mean, just looking at the map one, I mean, Snoopy drops 10 kills.
Mm-hmm.
You hate to see
Same with
it.
Cammy, bro. They were both struggling.
Yeah, they were. They both,
Damn.
yeah, shit. But yeah, a very convincing win here for Vancouver up against Boston Breach. Looks like they are just smoked out, man. They're done for. All right,
Okay.
that's gonna wrap up
Hey,
that.
Bob. Did you
Absolutely.
get that desktopy? That desktopy mode?
I didn't.
What
I
happened?
just looked over. We are yapping without the desktop. Hell yeah, let's get it, baby.
Fuck it. Let it ride. All right, now getting into the third
Optic.
series here. I'm so checked, dude.
Mm.
We got Optic versus Cloud9 New York here. This was a pretty convincing win for Optic here. We got a map 1 score hardpoint, map 2 den search and destroy, and then an
Oof.
overload exposure. Lord have mercy. Mr. AMANE, what are your thoughts on this series here? As I rename.
I mean, yeah, Merc was fucking doing his thing, and Shotzzy, of course. I feel like, Dash and Hugh, whatever, they're doing their thing, but yeah, they Cloud9 just lost on the map. I think right at the end of that exposure, Optic like just called game. It was like a couple seconds left or some shit, so I might want to check that clip out. But yeah, this was I kind of wanted it to go to a black cart just to see like how bad Optic was gonna do them. But I'm glad it was a 3-0, so it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely an interesting series here with Dashy and Hook both going negative here. Dashy a 0.93, Hook a 0.98, and Mercules a 1.58, and Shotzzy a 1.24, and everyone on the side of Cloud9 is negative here. We got Encourage a 0.81, Hyde 0.93, Nezra. I don't even know how to say this dude's name, dude. 0.91, and Okus 0.79. But Jack, what are your thoughts on this series?
Dude, that first map listening with Optic, whenever Hook like can't believe that they actually like rotated to P2 is fucking hilarious. He's like, wait, they're rotating? Like they sent 2 people to rotate? Like what the fuck? So that was hella funny. Yeah, that Merc 6 pre was fucking hype. I mean, you kind of we gotta look at map 2, bro. Merc had fucking what was it, 3 1v3s, 2 1v3s. I
He's doing
mean,
some crazy shit, dog.
yeah, bro.
Their
He
highlight
was
was
just
winning a
doing.
round. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucking
dude.
Let's go into
Um,
the. Go ahead.
Merc started out like 9-0, bro. It was insane.
Yeah, he was kidding.
He got a fucking hellstorm. So I mean, there's not really much to take from this map. Again, man, Cloud9, Vancouver and Boston are lucky that a team like Cloud9 isn't there to take all the heat off of them for being just so dog. Yeah, I mean, this is you can't even argue for a team change because they don't have the funds to do it, nor the desire. So this is just who you got. This is what you got to ride with, and this team probably doesn't go to the major. And yeah, I don't know. That's really all I got to say about that. But man, let's look at these S&D clips.
Let's do it. Let's go into a Mercules 1v3.
Kill on the opposite side, they most likely rotated back.
Whoa.
But now that you find that frag all the way in the backside of Dojo, it's a 1v3 for Merc. But he has an angle.
And that's going to be the bomb carrier down. Tags are out. Able to get the second.
Kill on the opposite side, they
Look
most
at him.
likely
Look at
rotated
that.
back.
He looked at
Whoa.
Dashy
Now
right
that you
after too.
Down tags are out.
Wait, did you guys? Yo, can you pull up the Optic video where it's like they're like in-game comms like with the clips? Cause bro, that shit's hilarious, bro. They don't even tip them, bro. They just expect it from them at this point. Like back to back, they're like, "Oh, good shit, Mace." Like they just don't even
go,
fucking.
Mace.
Yeah.
I don't know where
You
to
can find it
that
on
at.
Optic's fucking Twitter, bro. It's so fucking funny, dude.
Let's see here.
Like I would be screaming. I'd be like, "Oh shit!" They're like, dude. Formal said that before the match, Dashy was showing their S&D scrims, and that Mason has like a 1v3 on that map against like almost every team.
Let's see.
Like that's fucking
love it.
hilarious.
Let's see.
You just
here.
passed
that
it.
was it.
You just
Is
passed
it this one right here? Oh, it's
Yeah,
all of it right
yeah,
here. All right.
it. You can just stay on it.
Hugh just watching.
Nice, you got this. Okus was here. Bounty, way better. One more, shit on him. Oh my god.
Nice perk, way
Good
better.
shit.
Like, dude, no reaction. Like, I'd be like, "Yo, let's fucking
Good
go."
shit, Perk.
Bro,
She's just laughing.
You just shit on them.
Dude, the next
Fucking
one
love
too, like, dude, this was a brain dead play out of them, bro. Like, this was so brain dead. This was such a bad play out of whoever the fuck was last
Oh
alive.
yeah. Like, what?
I like this.
This kid's situational awareness is next level. Knows that these guys are new, likely going to play on top of one another. You knew Dashy was chasing one. Unbelievable.
On it.
On it.
Does he get an angle? Unbelievable.
16. He just rehopped
You
it.
just hopped it right away.
He actually committing. Wow.
Bro, you're actually the goat. Bro.
like,
Good shit, bro.
like, what the fuck? They had to cut it because they were about to start talking shit.
What's this kid doing?
I just got naded. I'm out.
Dojo.
I stunned it.
Dojo, watch out. Can you watch
What
your cross?
the fuck are these
Trying to
kids
watch it.
doing?
I'm hitting indoor
I
window.
don't see shit mid.
One guy's weak, getting wall banked. One shot, one shot.
Top window now.
I don't see
Another one mid. I
shit.
gave him time. Con's open. Right,
You
pushing
did
you
Con,
guys.
yo, they could
Be
cross.
fine,
Wait,
good.
do you have
I
cross?
Yo,
flashed.
enter dojo. Okay.
I don't have you yet.
One shot, Dojo.
Dojo, done. Con, close. Out
One
here.
Oh shit, you need Mercules to get a 1v2?
One shot, bro, in 10.
No problem.
Yeah, they're both in
Both
10.
there, both there,
Like,
both
he'll
there.
just,
Beautiful
he'll
name.
just fucking do it again. He'll just do it again. He'll just call game.
They're not even on it. They're not even on it. You're good.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Good shit, well played.
It's just Vetty, man.
Yeah, run it this. Wow.
You can dip out now. That's all they got. Dude, he just fucking stands up and walks away like a fucking
Because I hit the
gangster.
bait.
He's like, I'm fucking sick of this shit, bro.
Get me off this shit. Yeah, an absolute masterclass here, and man, Cloud9 not looking so hot, but yeah, it's gonna be a hot 3-0 for Optic there. All right, then getting into the last series of the weekend here, we had G2 going up against the FaZe Vegas here, and this went the distance here to a map 5 and a 3-2 victory going to the side of G2 Minnesota here. Map 1 hardpoint on Blackheart went to the side of FaZe, and then G2 answering back on the Scar Search and Destroy map 2, as well as the Overload Den map 3, and then going into map 4, FaZe round things out and even things out in the series here on the Colossus hardpoint. And then in a 6-2 victory, Colossus Search and Destroy map 5. G2 take it home. Mr. AMANE, what are your thoughts on this series here?
Colossus in the search. Yeah, this was kind of what I was going back to with like Koi is like I'd like to see them go up against FaZe with how G2 kind of outplays them here lately, and for them to they 3-0'd them, right? Koi 3-0'd G2.
Koi 3-0'd him.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, another week, get used to things. Maybe they switch up game plans on FaZe's side, but yeah, I'm excited for that Koi FaZe matchup next, whenever that is, to kind of see how Kips does. But yeah, I think I would have picked G2 in this, to be honest, just based off history right now. But some weird shit was going on too, though. So it was an interesting way to end the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, FaZe needs to be doing better, and I know G2 has been doing well against these top teams, but also been falling flat as well. So it's very hard to see these online matches stay consistent here. I mean, looking at G2 stat line, we got Estrel 0.89, Kremp a 0.94, Mamba 0.74, and Skyzelo and Pazzo with a 1.10. And then FaZe Vegas, everyone kind of back and forth here. We got 04 with a 0.93, Abuza a 1.21, Draza a 0.97, and Simp a 1.31. So we got to get Simp some help there. Jack, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, I picked G2 to win this one. They won this one. I kind of, I guess, started this with FaZe Vegas against Surge in the beginning of this pod. Like, I thought that Surge played that actually it was a pretty close 3-0, and I didn't think FaZe won that all that convincingly, and kind of goes the same here. Like, FaZe isn't really, they're not really showing me that they're like a top team. They're very similar to I forget Riyadh at this point, where it's like this team has like such like a high floor. Like any team that's like around like 7 through 12, like they're gonna beat them with ease. But then you get to these top like 6-7 teams, and there it is. I don't trust them at all. I know that they got what they get 4th at the major. I just feel like they're not consistent, and I just don't. I would think that this roster should have honestly no problem beating this G2 team, and they just always do. What are they, 1-4 against them this year?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like one of those things where like I think FaZe is kind of stuck, where it's like I don't think you can make a roster change. Like the only roster change I would make is the one that I would have made in the offseason, which is I wouldn't have put 04 on the team. I would have put Neptune. But I mean, other than that, I mean, what do you do? I think this
Yeah.
team is really good, but are they gonna win a tournament this year? I don't know. I think Gentlemates and Optic are like leaps and bounds ahead. They might play each other close, but I just think in terms of a double elim tourney, like I'm putting all my money on Gentlemates and Optic. I'm taking out an extra fucking mortgage on the house. Like if G2's beating them, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I feel like 04 needs to step it up, obviously, here, and Draza both. You know, they've been inconsistent here. Abuza and Simp, the most consistent on this team, in my opinion. So if they can just kind of figure it out and click together on all four, getting all four cylinders rolling, I think this would be a very competitive team. But I know up against these top 4, top 5, top 6 teams, they're struggling a little bit too.
I mean, they got 3-0'd by Miami, so
Yeah,
I mean, whenever you think of like your top 6 teams currently, who do you think of? I mean, I'd say Optic and Gentlemates and are 1 and 2 for probably all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'd all put Thieves in the top conversation, even though this team's got like a young roster. You know, they've only played 4 matches, but I think that their floor is what top 6.
Yeah.
They're probably top 4, right? I'd say that's pretty safe to assume.
Yeah.
We could put FaZe there. We could put G2 there, especially with how they did at the majors. So that's 5 teams. Miami, that's top 6. Riyadh, 7.
Yeah.
I mean, I think any of those teams can beat FaZe on any day.
I agree.
That's facts. That's true.
And I feel like if you were to say the same about Optic or Gentlemates, I think you're saying Optic and Gentlemates beat all those teams except for some fluky day.
Well, as far as the power rankings go for this, well, that was then the weekend here.
That's just standings in terms of win-loss, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we got for week 2, coming out of week 2 here for Major going in the DreamHack. Only the top 10 qualify here. So we've got Thieves at number 1, Optic at number 2, Gentlemates at 3rd, FaZe at 4th, Riyadh at 5th, G2 at 6th, we got Miami at 7th, Vancouver at 8th, Carolina at 9th, and 10th is Toronto Koi, and then Boston Breach and Cloud9 are not qualifying there. But, I mean, just kind of looking at the standings going into this Major 2 bracket, what are your guys' thoughts on this here, Mr. AMANE? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely weird seeing Surge and Ravens above Koi, but I mean, just how things have been going before the change. But I kind of interesting question, like from Shawston on one of the comments, like, can the 2 bottom teams that don't qualify just go to the challengers bracket? Like, could they just go bypass? Like, that shit would be insane, bro.
That'd be
They're
hilarious.
saving money. Like, they're doing this shit on purpose, bro.
I mean, they're saving money, but they're also like limiting themselves on the amount of money that they can also make. Like,
0.
You're not gonna have any ad revenue in terms of like you're not. I mean, granted, these teams don't make content, but like think about a team like Telluride Bush. Think about a team like Telluride Bush that like I don't know if you guys watch the owners' meetings. Like,
oh yes,
they don't really derive much of a profit. They kind of give it back to the players. But in terms of like brand awareness, growing statistics, like they literally said like we want to stay in challengers because we play more and there's more opportunities for content. The CDL pros just don't play enough. Imagine not playing enough and then not even being invited to the tournament. And you're one of the 12 teams that is eligible for the tournament. Like, I mean, it's just such like a wasted opportunity for content, which a lot of these teams don't even take up on it anyways. But like, it's just really like a slap in the face, in my opinion.
No, I agree. And I definitely like what they're doing over there because they actually care and they're trying to grow. And it's just like comedy. You got the Barstool backing as well, so definitely a lot of vibes coming in from there, from different avenues as well. So, but kind of getting back to the standings here, I want Vancouver obviously to qualify here. It's definitely going to be between 8 and 12 right now. I know Miami only has 10 points here, but as far as Vancouver, Carolina, and Toronto, I mean they're all kind of chilling at 10 points here. And, you know, obviously the only top 10 qualify, but I don't see New York qualifying here. And obviously Boston Breaches in a blender. They have The roster change coming up pretty soon. We'll see what that looks like. If that kind of spawns anything there, and I can see Toronto kind of moving up in the ranks as well. But I think it's going to be a battle for Vancouver and Carolina to kind of place. Maybe Boston Breach can bounce back here, but I feel like those 4 teams there are going to be kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, I feel like now that the roster, I think Toronto made their roster change at like the perfect time. In my opinion, like I think Koi will definitely hop into that 6 through 9 conversation. I think that they'll be, fine in terms of qualifying. I think they'll get back on their feet. Miami Heretics, you got to look at them at 1 and 2, and you got to say, God, this team might go really high up in these standings. Like you play against every team once. You've already played against Optic. You've already played against FaZe. You beat FaZe. So, in terms of who did they lose to? Let me look really quick. I can pull it up. Riyadh. Or not Riyadh. Miami. Beat FaZe, lost to Optic, lost to Gentlemate. So the 3 hardest teams that you play against, you went 1 and 2 against. Good enough for me. To be honest, if you look at this roster, like the remaining, 10 games that they have left, I would probably expect them to win about 7 of them.
Yeah.
That would probably be a safe bet. So I think this Miami team's going to jump. I think G2 is lost to Optic and Koi. So, and they beat FaZe and they beat C9. So, like some of these teams like G2 will probably stay around 6. I do think Toronto and Vancouver, I really hope that Boston and Vancouver make a team change before next weekend. Vancouver probably won't, but like if you look at those teams and you think that they make like an actual like real substantive change, this relegation zone, if you guys watch soccer, like that becomes interesting. Like as of this moment, I think Cloud9, Ravens, and Breach are all just fighting. But like if there's some team changes that actually like makes it interesting, like we could actually have like a really interesting season where you're kind of trying to see who's these teams are picking up wins here and there instead of just these teams just losing and losing.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, that's going to be the standings here going into Major 2, coming out of Week 2 of the qualifier matches here. And then getting into the schedule for Week 3 here, we got Carolina and Breach, Falcons and FaZe, as well as Paris versus Cloud9 on Friday. We got 4 matches on Saturday. We got Falcons again versus G2. Toronto versus Miami, Vancouver versus Carolina, and Optic versus Thieves. That's going to be a good one to watch there. And then getting into Sunday, we've also got 4 more as well. We got Toronto versus Paris Gentlemates, FaZe versus Breach, Miami versus Cloud9, and Surge versus Optic. So, yeah, I feel like these ones are kind of be pretty easy to predict. Obviously, the most competitive one would be that Optic versus Thieves, but the rest of these, I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, there's power rankings diff here. We got Carolina versus Breach, would probably be Carolina winning that one. Riyadh versus FaZe.
I'm taking Breach.
You're taking Breach over the
Breach.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm thinking that was Carolina, not Carolina, but Surge. But yeah, no, I like that. Breach there. We'll see what that looks
They
like.
made a roster change. We'll see what happens. This Carolina team, man. Fucking dog shit.
Absolutely. And FaZe versus Riyadh. Obviously, FaZe is probably going to win that, but we'll see how close that gets to be. Paris versus Cloud9. That's going to be a blowout. Falcons versus G2. That's going to be pretty competitive because of the middle pack team there. I'd say G2 or I don't even know. That's actually a coin flip for me, depending on how Falcons reacts back. Toronto versus Heretics. I'd say Heretics is taking that one.
That's a 50-50, honestly, to me. So not to totally cut you off, but I don't know if you guys saw Benjay's tweet he had like a day or two. He brought up something interesting. I thought we should maybe talk about. Like, what do you guys think about the CDL like flexing games? I don't know if you guys watch like NFL football, but like towards the end of the season, they have like flex games where they'll be like, hey, like this map might get moved. Because if you look at the Friday schedule. Like Falcons FaZe is like that's gonna be a good match. Like you can't guarantee a winner there. The other two you pretty much it's just not even interesting. 2 bottom teams versus a top team and a 12th place team, like not interesting series. Then you go to Saturday and there's 3 banger series there. And then you go to Sunday and there's maybe Gentlemates Koi. Like I think the CDL might be able to benefit from flexing some matches. Just because I feel like like Saturday, I'm gonna be ass in seats, but like the other 2 days, just some of these matchups just aren't great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
What
agree.
do you guys think about that?
I mean, yeah, if they can flip some matches around, I think that'd make it a little bit more interesting and convince people to want to actually sit down and watch. But I mean, yeah, just kind of
Yeah.
seeing that the roster, or not the roster, but the schedule for right now this weekend. I mean, obviously we're gonna kind of just tap into the Optic series is here, and then just see like the more competitive ones for Saturday. But Amane, what are your thoughts?
I'd say running through the algorithm, we need at least 2 bangers a day, bitch. You're gonna give us all these
Yeah.
fucking matches? Like, we need at least 2 bangers a day.
Yeah, I just wish the Optic Thieves and Optic Surge maps like flipped. Like I would
Yeah.
love like a Sunday night like ending the week on a fucking
Ooh.
bang.
Yeah.
And then, like Saturday already has so many good games. Like I just like that's like one flex that automatically like makes the weekend like way more spread in my opinion. But
I agree.
I like it.
I agree. Well, all right, that's going to wrap things up there for CDL here. Then getting into some challengers topics here. We had Cup number 6 commence this past week here, and kind of getting into the top 8 roster here. We had Bush, Falcons Academy, For Fun Esports, Huntsman, Omit Brooklyn, P7 Notorious, and both Stallions teams playing in the top 8 here. But kind of getting into the challenger scene here, we got the top correspondent, Mr. Mehoff, Jack himself. Can you kind of walk us through what we're looking at here?
yeah, man, I was trying to pay attention here this weekend. I've been with Bush and Huntsman and Stallions involved. Like it's actually just been a really interesting scene. It just really gives me like a lot of nostalgia back to like the 2K days. Like every Saturday, Sunday, there's just a 2K going on.
Absolutely.
So I've been really enjoying watching. Some things that I would point out just for people who really don't pay attention. Optic has their team, the Huntsmen, as we've kind of talked about here. Neum and Kips have both been picked up by Toronto and Thieves. So they had 2 opening spots. They were trialing Cal, trialing Johnny, trialing Dimensions. They ended up settling on Johnny and Dimensions. And this team was getting ran during scrims whenever I was watching by, I believe it was Eric Boom's team. So Diamond Con, Beans, Afro, P7 Notorious. But they came out and they in their first cup since making a team change, they end up getting top 4. They end up beating that new Stallions team, Stallions Black. They end up beating Falcons Academy with QK4B, Aluka's new team. Ever since Aluka got dropped off Omit, which I guess we can also get into. Aluka got dropped on Omit, which is kind of crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And then he wanted to join the Stallions, or Zuma wanted him on the Stallions, that he'd build a team around him. Zuma got every player to agree to join the Stallions, and then Aluka ended up backing out last second. So that was interesting to go to Falcons Academy. Additionally, there's also a Face Falcons team with Nox. I don't know if you guys have been seeing Nox, but this guy is fucking disgusting. Nox is a Saudi player, dude. He is so fucking, he's gross. But I don't think he knows English, so he will not be joining probably a CDL team for a minute. But yeah, no, this was a really interesting tournament. The top 8 were genuinely just really good teams. Watching them go through the tournament. I was paying attention a lot to Bush. Bush ends up losing to Project Notorious, and ends up going into losers. They end up beating For Fun Esports, then they go back into grand finals against Project Notorious, and they were down like I believe it was like 230 to like 170, and they end up coming back and winning that. It was absolutely fucking insane. It was scenes. And then on top of that, you end up going down, I believe 5-1 in a search, and they come back and win that. I don't remember if it was that map or if it was losers finals, but that's technically wrong. They did 4-1 win, but I mean, shout out to the Bush. It was a good way to send off the team that will no longer remain the same. Missing out on SPART. Congrats to SPART. But no, this is a good weekend of COD, man. It's really cool watching all like the CDL matches, and then once those end, you can kind of check out the challenger scene, and there's always a bunch of matches going on. The only thing I would bitch about is, dude, it takes hours in between matches. Like, we bitch about people torching on CMG over 15 minutes, bro. These guys will do it for like 3 hours. It's actually insane. That tournament went until like 1 a.m. I think it started at like noon. And it was the final 16 teams on Sunday. So 16 teams, like 5 rounds of tournament that took like 14 hours. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Going at the same time, by the way. It's not even like the CDL where you have to wait for each series. They're all going on at the exact same time.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of bouncing off of this, I mean, this has been a very fun watch, especially challengers this year, with all the backings of different organizations as well. We obviously had Bush come into the play here. Omit's been in there for a while. We got Bo Stallion's team, and then obviously the rest of the ex pros kind of coming in and still having some competitive advantages as well. But yeah, man, definitely some fire matches to watch. I know I'm a big Bush fan for the challenger scene here.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I am. I really am. The whole organization's just cinema, lots of passion for sure, and I love how Jersey Jerry and the boys over there are really trying to learn it and really want to dive deeper into this as well. So it brings a lot of eyes and to the competitive scene for sure. But as far as that goes here, getting back to that, we got SPART is expected to be joining Boston Breach this week here, so we don't know for sure who, but we can speculate possibly Snoopy since he's been having a piss poor performance this year. But yeah, that's gonna be the breaking news for this new week here coming in. All right, well then getting into some community updates as well. We have ARC Raiders having an absolute competitor here with Bungie's new marathon dropping on Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, and it looks like here they'll be banning first offenses, unlike ARC Raiders with a 3 chances system here. Have you guys been keeping up with this new marathon game? I haven't.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of gameplay, and personally, I'm out on it. It's basically Arc Raiders, but like futuristic-y and also like first-person shooter. Just the vibe of the game, like the color scheme, like it felt like Apexy to me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like it just didn't seem like my cup of tea, and I'm just having a really good time on Arc Raiders whenever I do hop on. So I just feel like having another extraction shooter. I think maybe if it came out before Arc Raiders, like it would have hooked me and I would have been good. But like right now, like ranked is taking most of my time, and whenever that shit checks me out, I'm just on Arc. So I'm kind of out on this game, but I mean, I wish it the best, man. I think having good games in the scene, like just in the scene of shooters, is like great in terms of competition to COD, competition to other games, just to make the best product. So
yeah, I agree. Mr. Money, what are your thoughts?
I'm not really the extraction shooter kind of person, but definitely for the server slam testing, it's all just dedicated servers. I mean, they're going the extra mile that I wish they went for with Destiny. I was like, the PvP in the early days of Destiny was elite if they were dedicated servers as well. Like, dude, I would have kept raiding to get the gear to bring into PvP, but they fucked that up. So I will be trying this out. Usually, to kind of go off, you're saying what you thought about the game. That kind of the alpha that I played took me away from following Marathon. I was like, this is gonna be dog shit. But they took 6 months, really nailed out some shit. Like the newer stuff is a little more moody. It looks more like Bungie, so I am excited for that as far as them actually caring about the game. But I'm just gonna try it out. Probably won't pay the 40 because I like to keep. I don't know. I either I'm gonna hoard everything or I'm gonna lose it once and never play the fucking shit again. So like, it'll be fun to try. Maybe we'll get on with the boys. Check it out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, all right, we'll move it on here to some other news here. We also have Call of Duty has denied the new rumor of the new claimed standalone Zombies COD game in development. There was a rumor running around that COD Zombies was going to be its own standalone game next to a multiplayer standalone. And Call of Duty shot this down today underneath that and said, Rumor Factory is working overtime. This ain't it. So I just wanted to keep you guys posted up with that if you guys are still zombie fanatics out there. All right, and then getting into the last news here, we've got some Xbox drama as well. Phil Spencer is retiring as the head of Xbox on Monday, as well as Sarah Bond, the current president of Xbox, is resigning as well. So the Microsoft AI president, Asha Sharma,
No, you're doing great.
it will be the new head of Xbox, ladies and gentlemen. So, kind of going into this as well. I know with AI being a big competitive workforce here for game development and whatnot, she comes out and says that there's zero tolerance for bad AI. AI has been a long part of gaming and will continue to be, but great stories are created by humans. So hopefully she can kind of turn things around here for Xbox and kind of make them more competitive. But we'll see moving forward here. Any thoughts on this Xbox extravaganza here?
I just know she runs her team's chat like a fucking Navy, bro. You could tell.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to be it for this episode here. 91 episodes deep. Really appreciate you guys listening, watching, wherever you guys are. Mostly here on YouTube. We are on Spotify and Apple Music as well. But Mr. AMANE, thank you for everything that you do on and off the screen, man. You're an absolute unit, and we couldn't do this without you. And Jack, thank you very much for all of the analysis and the just the commentary on everything there. Very, very insightful information that you bring to the table as well. So thank you guys very, very
Damn
much.
right.
Thank you guys.
And the co-host with the most.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's going to be it for this episode here. We'll see you guys on the next episode of the BCP. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.